Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
It's Thursday. Hopefully you had an amazing Christmas. Hopefully it was with some family. Hopefully you got a chance to rest a little bit. Today's show is all about 90s stars, all right? Now, Charlamagne will lie. He will say he looks like this guy, but he'll be joining us this morning. The real Morris Chestnut will be in the building. Also, Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison, our guy, Jaleel White, and also Roques Perez. Yes, it's all about 90s stars, all on today's show. So don't go anywhere. Get your ass up. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Ray! Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is. We live?
Hello, who's this?
What's going on? It's Great Dane, D-Money from Philly.
Hey, what's up, Dane from Philly? Get it off your chest, brother.
Hey, yo, real fast, I'm going to get this out the way for Envy because I'm a truck driver, man.
He honked the horn, but he breaking up.
Yeah, we ain't hear the horn, man. You got to do it again,
one
bro.
more time.
You got to do it again.
If you need to hear you blow.
You hear it? Hey, yo, Charlamagne, you got to chill.
What, you don't want to call up here and talk about you want to blow for Envy early in the morning?
I thought that was like something that you was calling to do for me.
Man, we know what you meant, man.
Hey, yo.
Don't let them take our joy.
Hey, yo, but look. Hey, but Charlamagne, I want to give you your flowers, the mental health and all that. And my cousin is actually Rachel Edwards. I want to give her a shout out, too. She was like, I wish you would have called up when I was working up there.
Man, I was with Rachel last night. We was out last night.
Rachel?
Yeah, that's my girl.
Rachel.
I love Rachel, man. That's my heart.
We had Thanksgiving. We was all together. We Jamaican. You know what I mean? We from Philly.
Hey, oh yeah. I've had Rachel's mama's oxtails before.
Yeah, you should have saw, man. She looked like she cooked like she was cooking for an orphanage. That's how she do.
That's
what's up.
But yeah, man. And I ran into Jess before in PR, man. Around 2020. I don't know if you remember. I was a dude from Philly, and you was like, you probably brought these flying roaches from Philly with you.
Oh my God, no, I don't remember that.
You told him you bought roaches.
You don't remember? No, it was these big ass flying roaches in PR, and Jess was running from them.
Oh my God, no, I don't remember that. It sounded like something I said.
Oh my God. No, but I ain't gonna lie, you was cool as hell. I thought you would have been bougie or something.
No, never that.
You was cool as hell.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. That's all I wanted to say, man.
We appreciate you, brother.
First time call that I got through, man. I love y'all though, man. Listen to y'all every day in the morning.
Appreciate you, King.
Be safe for them rolls.
I will.
Have a good one, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Naomi.
Hey, Naomi. What up, Naomi? Get it off your chest.
I'm so mad. Over the weekend, I ordered a Coke from Mackage, and I ordered a size up. And the Coke came. I love it, but it can't fit me.
What is she saying about Coke with that baby in the background?
She said coat. She ordered a coat, a jacket. And it's too small or too big?
Well, stop ordering from Temu. You want to buy that Coke for $6?
No, it was from Mackage. And I'm so mad because I usually don't even buy stuff that's expensive. I wanted to treat myself.
What's it called? From who? What's it called? What's the place called?
Mackage.
Mackay?
What's that, Jess?
You mean Micah? MICAS?
No, Mackage. MACKAGE.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay, how much was that coat?
$7.
$8.90. No, it's not.
$890. You gotta bring that back.
$8.90.
You just spent $8.90 on a coat, and you just had cyber deals and Black Friday.
It's $890.
Yes, $890. I'm so mad.
What kind of coat was it?
A pea coat.
Mackage.
I know, but what kind of coat is it? Is it a bubble coat, a trench coat? What is it?
It's a puffer, like a.
You bought a puffer for $1,000? A puffer? Where you live at?
Brooklyn.
Wow.
What? That puffer? You think that puffer gonna keep you warm in these New York streets?
Oh my God,
that's crazy.
So is it too small? It's too small?
It's too big.
Oh damn.
Man, you could have bought two. You could have bought two North Faces.
Right.
For
if it's
that
too big,
amount of money.
You better put a hoodie under it and wear it proud.
That's
$1,000 investment.
I don't know what I was thinking. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. But I love you guys.
Hey,
love
man.
you too, bro.
And you sound like nobody even want to rob you for that coat. You know what I'm saying?
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now, 800-585-1051.
Not just me, I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Rob from New Orleans.
Rob from New Orleans. What's up? Get it off your chest.
What's that? And good morning, fella. Good morning, Breakfast Club. Good morning, Charlamagne.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Envy.
Morning, brother.
I want to get out my chest, man. This is my first year anniversary. I got married 1 year ago today.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
That's what's up.
Thank you. I want to give a shout to my wife, Jess. She's asleep right now, so when she wake up, we're an hour behind her. So I woke up just to get that off my chest. I love you, baby. Happy first year anniversary.
What y'all doing today? Anything?
Man, we about to have a whole day. Whatever she want to do, the day dedicated to her. So we about to whenever she get up, we about to have a whole day, wine and dine, whatever she want to do. So it's up to me. I woke up just to do this. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock this morning to do this. This is the first thing when she wake up this morning. I'm gonna play this in the morning at 6:10.
Oh, you got a whole day planned. You ain't playing.
Yeah. I got a whole day. I got a whole day planned. We took the day off today. We got our day to ourselves. We bring my baby girl to daycare, and we started with the Breakfast Club. We ended with whatever we do, we're gonna do. But I just want to shout out my baby girl. Happy 1 year anniversary, my baby.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man. Enjoy your day.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club, and we got a special guest in the building.
The legendary
Jasmine Guy. Welcome back.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
I feel great. I love doing your show the last time, and I got a lot of positive feedback.
People love you.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was a different kind of interview, though, than they're used to. And my daddy was like, you were a little too comfortable. You act like they were at your house,
That was that champagne, right?
Yes, that cheap-ass champagne, whatever that was. I didn't even like it, and I was drinking it. But my father said that you would put more in when I was looking at Kadeem.
No, that's not
That's what he said.
I don't think so.
He said whenever you looked at Kadeem, he poured more in there. So I'm thinking I'm just drinking one glass. I probably had 4 glasses of that.
that cold
That Arce Symantha, whatever that was. But I drank it anyway at 7 o'clock in the morning. How embarrassing is that?
No, it got you to
And
talking.
Kadeem was just sitting back there, just laughing. No, it was good because you ask questions that people don't usually ask. We get the same questions over and over, especially about a different world.
And you've done so much more since then.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like right now, you won your first Emmy this year.
Yeah.
That's right. Congratulations.
How did that feel?
She went for the Chronicles of Jessica Wu.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. That was a trip. So I was going to Mexico to hang out with my girlfriends, and I land and I get all these texts from people saying, congratulations on your Emmy nomination. And I really thought people were messing with me.
Wow.
I didn't even call them back. I said, whatever. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
And then when I realized I really had been nominated, I thought it was for the show Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Chronicles of Jessica Wu, I had done 2. It was before COVID. It was a long time ago, and I only worked on it for a day. It was a very interesting project to me because the production company was a couple, a small black production company. The superhero in the piece had autism, but her powers, that whatever put her on the spectrum made her a superhero. Their daughter had an autistic child. Anyway, so I said, well, I'll do it because I know after this they're going to need distribution. And who knew?
Wow.
That's what, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, yeah.
My love for them and what I know about, pitching ideas. You're going to need a name. I know, I've heard it all. And I said, well, I'll be your name. This is going to be good. And it was a short series, like a webisode series. The other Oscar nomination I got was also from an independent black company, and it was my nephew Emmett, and I played Emmett Till's aunt on the night that he was taken from their home. And I was like, oh, I do not want to go to Mississippi. I mean, I'm telling you, we stayed right down the street from where he got abducted.
Man. And Mississippi still got that same energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, nothing to change.
I was going to say I felt ghosts, you know, and I did it. And they got nominated for an Oscar. And when the director called me, he was a graduate student from NYU Film School. His mentors was Spike Lee and Casey Lemons, right? Beautiful brother and the crew and everybody. I had a great artistic experience. But when he told me we got nominated for an Oscar, I thought he was messing with me.
That says a lot, though. Like about how, I guess black actors and actresses are conditioned in Hollywood. That when they get told that they're even nominated, they don't believe it.
It's a joke.
Well, when you ignored long enough, you get the message.
Right.
Yeah.
I got the message. If you're not nominating A Different World, Debbie Allen, Susan Fales, our wardrobe department, any other actor on that show, I stopped focusing on y'all giving me my props. I know who gives me my props. And I told the actors, I said, we just got to be good. You know, forget all these accolades or whatever. They obviously, do you know how many times they said to me, even on, I think I did Dennis Miller. Remember Dennis Miller had a talk show. He started with, so how does it feel being between number 1 and 3? And I was stunned because I just sat down, you know, you come out all cute and whatever. And I was like, he said that wasn't a good lead-in question. I said, no, it wasn't.
You were talking about Cosby and Cheers?
Everybody said we were number 2 because we came between them.
Okay.
And that was the first question.
That was the message. That was the message that we got as actors, as, you know, performers. And we never got our props for not just the acting, but it was Debbie Allen, Susan Fales, me, 3 black women in charge of that show. You know what I mean? We could have been on the cover of Essence, and I just knew who really saw us and who really understood us.
Why didn't the network fight for that?
It's the same white motherfuckers said, just look. Okay, so Arce Warner, our producers, also produced a show with Whoopi Goldberg called Baghdad Cafe, Grace Under Fire, and The Roseanne Show, and The Cosby Show, right? So we're one of 5. They never asked us to do anything. They asked Roseanne Barr to sing the national anthem, in which she grabbed her crotch because she can't sing. But we got 5 singers on our show.
That's crazy.
You could have had Dawn, me, Cree, you know, never. I don't know. I just got things, we got things on our own, and I never felt a part of that network. Then when I saw what happened with Friends, I was like, yo, that would have helped us. It would have helped us with work after the show. It would have given us some props, you know, that we could have used for future projects. I pitched a lot. I have my own production company after A Different World. All of my projects were rejected. But then I started to see them. That was weird.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It's like a bad relationship. After a while, you got to understand, okay, I ain't what you want.
All right, we got more with Jasmine Guy when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Breakfast Club, bitches! You were saying it was such a privacy in the 90s, so to get those stories from that era when she talks about you and Pac and just y'all friendship, just that friendship of Black Hollywood, it's just like, man.
And I was like privileged enough to hang with them because they're so much younger than me. You know, it was just easy. You know, her birthday party, and we went to the Dragonfly, which was funk night that night.
Gaze was in there too that night.
I like me some funk, obviously. I'm like, it's funk night at a Dragonfly. But and you know, accepting of me because, well, I'm 62, so when I'm on the show, I'm 25, 26, 27, they 18, 19. Now it's not a big deal, but back then I wasn't hanging out with no, you know. I remember I went to a restaurant with Cree, and as we were walking to the restaurant, she said, do they card? I said, card? I mean, I had never been carded because 18, you know. I said, how old are you? She said, I just turned 18. I said, what the hell am I doing hanging out with an 18-year-old? Are you kidding me? Kadeem, too. I saw them as kids. I like grown-ass men when I was young. 30, 32. But now that they have embraced me, I appreciate it.
Right.
Because they kept me current and kept me interested. Because Jada and Cree are out-the-box thinkers. They bring creative ideas to the table that I never would have thought of.
Right.
And I love that. And of course, Cree keeps me laughing.
What about Pac?
Pac and I were like that too.
Mm-hmm.
He always had ideas. I felt so unaccomplished, because he would say something and then do it. I would tell him an idea and not write it and not finish it, or it's still like on my shelf. Mostly I wanted him to know that I felt he was a great actor, and I heard the murmurings of, oh, he's just being himself or whatever. They're just riding on his fame as a rapper. I said, everybody that raps ain't acting on there. There were a lot of rappers that had movies. That man can act.
Yeah.
I mean, his performances were off the chain, and I just wanted him to know that and not listen to that.
Were you afraid during that time? Like when you took Pac in after he got shot, did you feel like, what if they come looking for him and I'm here?
Yeah, there were times because of the regularity of my going in and out of my apartment. I felt like it would be easy if I had been on the radar for anybody to, follow me or come up. And so there was that. And I didn't live in a secured building, like a doorman building. And I was scared of, like I had never seen a real bullet wound, just, on TV, like NYPD Blue, and when I played a badass in this movie. But I was concerned about that, actually caring for the wounds and making sure he was going to be okay.
So you had to nurse him back into
he
being
should
good.
have been in the hospital for at least two or three more days on antibiotics.
I remember he just walked out. He signed himself out. So you had to help him out and help him eat and help him get himself back together.
When he left Bellevue, he went to his girlfriend's, and he realized it was equally accessible. He just felt like a sitting duck in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm sure you talk about this on Uncensored. This is my last question. Like, when was the last time you spoke to him?
Tupac?
Yeah. Like before he died. Do you remember the last conversation y'all had, or last time you saw him?
I was visiting a Faney in Stone Mountain when they had a house there. And he came through. Now, this is after he had been in prison for 11 months.
Okay.
So I hadn't seen him for a while. Okay. Yeah, so I saw him at the house. That was the last time.
You remember the conversation, or you don't? That's personal.
It was just like, hey, and he was just like, I'm strong now because he was infirmed. So he wanted me to see his, little prison push-up muscles and whatnot. Knuckles were all black from doing it on, he wanted, I was like, yeah, you look good. And then he went out with his friends, and I hung out with a Faney. The thing that really hurt my feelings about him getting shot like that, when he was with me, I thought I was helping him go to the next part of his life.
Like grow, evolve, yeah.
I was like, you gonna go to prison and then get shot again? And I knew that second shooting wasn't, the wounds he had the first time were in his appendages, not in his lungs. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
And he told me he wasn't gonna make it past 25. I always thought he was just talking shit all the time. That's legend. Put that in the book. I was like, I'm not writing a book about you. Stop telling me that. I'd be like, I'm never telling anybody anything about this experience. I thought it was ridiculous for him to say he wasn't going to live past 25. I treated him like I treated my little cousins that make these statements about life.
Yeah.
So that hurt.
Can't wait people to hear your story.
You lived the life, Miss Guy.
Uncensored.
Y'all gotta watch Uncensored this Sunday.
March 24th.
Always a pleasure when you come, Miss Guy. We love you so much. You are a cultural icon. We appreciate you so much. We value you. Just thank you always.
That's right.
Thank you.
It's Jasmine Guy. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is filling in. And we got some special guests in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We have Morris Chestnut. He's here. And we have Emayati Coronaldi. Did I say your name right?
Well done.
I was practicing all morning.
I appreciate
Wow. I got to start like this. Emma, does Charlamagne look anything like Morris Chestnut?
I was just looking.
We're here to talk reasonable doubt too.
I want to start there because he's been talking so much. He thinks he's Morris Chestnut.
Beyond the reasonable doubt. Ask her that and then ask the question.
No.
Beyond the reasonable doubt.
Does he look anything?
I knew this was going to come up.
Okay.
I was prepared for this
You were
because
prepared.
I've heard.
Squint your eyes a little bit.
Now, here's the thing.
Cover one eye. Cover both eyes.
Both beautiful, chocolate, bald-headed men. I see that resemblance. Yes.
You see a resemblance?
In that, what I just said.
Oh, okay. You scared me for a second.
In the factory model. That's what she said. Just the factory, not the details.
You scared me for a second.
In what I said, yes.
Now, Morris, does it bother you when this brother over here that looks nothing like you claims that he's you for his birthday? He posts pictures of you and says it's my birthday.
I'm telling you, somebody came to me on the street.
That's a lie.
I said, I'm dead. No, I wasn't on the street. You're right. I was at a hotel. I was at the valet. And one of the valets. He said, that's what he said. He said,
you look like Charlamagne?
He said, yo, you Charlamagne. I don't know if he was trolling, but he did say that.
You should have fought him, right?
Was it a dimly lit valet area?
Did he have glasses?
No, he didn't have glasses, but it did happen.
Damn.
It did happen.
Well,
it did.
Yeah, that didn't go the way y'all thought it was going to go.
But welcome, guys. How you guys feeling?
So good to have y'all.
Feeling fantastic.
Yeah.
Man, what roles excite you nowadays, Morris?
Wow.
You've been in the game so long.
You know what? This role did excite me.
Okay.
It really did. The one thing I love, first of all, she's incredible. I mean, she's incredible at what she does. Incredible actress. I mean, she's incredible. But the whole production, so the production starts, with Onyx Collective. We have, black female executives there. And then, of course, Kerry Washington's company is producing
Simpson Street.
Simpson Street's producing it. Top notch there. Rama Muhammad, black female showrunner. All the scripts were on time. Before, I'd never gotten scripts on a show like that this early. I would get a script. We would be on the second day of an episode and get the script for the next episode. That normally never happens. So everything was top. And then working with her and the cast, this role did excite me.
Now, for people that don't know, what is Reasonable Doubt about? Because you're on season 2, so if they don't know, what is it about? Break it down.
It's about this high-powered, black female attorney, who's about her business. She handles all of her business when she's in the office, when she's in court, but she's trying to juggle it. She's a mother, she's a wife, and sometimes, some of the balls drop out of the air. You know what I mean? She fails at times, and she makes questionable decisions, makes mistakes at times, but it's about this woman, it's about this marriage, this black marriage. We get to see them trying to figure it out. We get to see them making mistakes. We get to see them, really living their life in this way that we don't often get to see on television, along with the courtroom drama of it all. We get to see her really in her element because the show is loosely based on Sean Hawley.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Okay.
She's a very high-powered defense attorney in LA, and so we have all of those elements. It's a good blend of the courtroom drama with the character-driven kind of piece.
When you say handle that business in court, is that all the place you handle the business?
I mean, she does what she got to do. Anywhere and everywhere.
Did you sit with Sean at all?
Did what?
Did you spend any time with Sean?
Okay. Before we started filming, we, she invited me to her home, and we sat and we talked for hours. I got to really pick her brain about how she chooses the cases that she decides to take on, because that's the thing. We really, I think, nailed that in the show with the kinds of cases that Jax chooses to accept can sometimes cause issue with her friends or her family. Why are you not defending black women? Why did you choose to defend this man? And that's what Sean is about, and that's something that I admired and wanted to know a little bit more about. What goes into her selecting the kind of cases that she chooses to represent?
Is it hard to leave your character on set?
Is it hard? No. I've learned how to just make the separation. And especially with someone like Jax, she has a lot going on, so I'm thankful to just leave that there and go home to normalcy.
I wanted to ask actors, like when you have to play a traumatic scene, right? Like when Ricky gets killed in Boys in the Hood, being that they play that so much on TV, does that trigger you when you see it? Like, do you...
That doesn't trigger me. Okay. One thing that did trigger me, when I did The First Best Man, it was the first time that I had to be such an emotional space. When I did the wedding scene, I was crying. And I had to be in an emotional space for so long. That triggered me for just even thinking about it for at least at least 5 to 7 years.
Wow. What about when y'all did the TV show when the wife was dead?
I had already, as an actor, I had grown and I kind of let some stuff. It's as actors, we use our trauma and our pain to get there. So I kind of worked on that. But it triggered me for a long time on the First Best Man.
Did you ever get tired of it? Because Boys in the Hood was so long ago. Did you ever realize how impactful that was going to be when you shot it?
I didn't. I had no clue because when I was a lead in the movie that nobody knew who I was,
right.
And no one knew who Cuba was. People knew who Ice Cube was. Angela wasn't Angela. Nia wasn't Nia. Everybody was just popping off. So I didn't think it was going to be that big. No.
That's interesting what you said about The Best Man, because to be in a role when the TV show came where in that iteration of it, your wife was deceased.
Yes.
You had to tap into that emotion of being a man who lost their wife. How did you leave that at home?
Well, so it's
or leave that on the set, rather.
Yeah. So it's okay. So that was the First Best Man. I had that. So the Second Best Man was tough because she was battling cancer, and I had to do a lot of emotional scenes then. So I've just learned to manage kind of those emotions. I've learned to deal with some of that trauma in a different way now. And actually acting is pretty much therapeutic because you're able to release certain things. And so over the years, that's what's happened.
Were you a fan of Reasonable Doubt season 1?
I was on season 2. I was, because I played in a Saturday basketball game, and one of the guys there, he was like, he said, we normally after we play, we talk about stupid stuff, dude stuff in the gym or whatever, and then he just said, hey, you guys seen the show Reasonable Doubt? And I knew about the show because I knew Ely was on it, I knew Emiati was on it, but I hadn't seen it yet. He was like, man, it was just so odd to hear him say that on the court.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so he said, you got to check it out. And so before I did the show, I was definitely a fan because I watched it because he told me to.
And what was harder for you? Because Jax is different season 1 versus season 2. What was the harder draw for you as an actress, like pulling from the experiences? Was it harder for season 1 or harder for season 2 for you?
I think I would definitely say season 2, just because of, she's showing a lot more vulnerability as a result of what happened in season 1.
Yes.
So that just, it required, just like Morris was saying, I got to pull from some of those places, that kind of thing. So it was more of a challenge in that way. I had to decide to open myself up.
All right, we got more with Morris, Chestnut, and Emiati when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Morris, Chestnut, and Emiati Corinaldi. Of course, Reasonable Doubt Season 2 is on Hulu everywhere. Now, Emma, you started off in soap operas. Most people never leave that soap opera world, but you did. So break down the soap opera world and what got you into soap opera. First, I want to know how you got into acting, because you're a military child.
Yeah.
Usually that means you're traveling all over the place. Your parents are heavy into education. What got you into acting from the start?
It was something that I always loved. But I didn't know that it could be a choice to be a career, and for a long time it was just fun, just a hobby. And I thought that I had it planned out. I was going to go to law school. I was going to be a lawyer. My father wanted me to go to the military. But I said, okay, I think I'm going to be a lawyer. But in high school, I had a girlfriend who also wanted to be a lawyer, and we had our whole plan. It was going to be Cornaldi and Sweeney Incorporated.
There you go.
But I realized, thankfully, before graduation, okay, no, I don't really want to be a lawyer. I'm not trying to go to law school. Like, she was taking it serious and fill out these SATs. I'm like, I'm not doing all that.
Is she a lawyer now?
She's a lawyer now. She's a lawyer now.
Okay.
So we went in the right path. I realized, no, I think I like the drama. I like the suits and all of that in the courtroom. And so that's the moment when I knew, and I kind of started pursuing it at that point. And this was I graduated high school in Jersey. My last 2 years were out there, or in Kansas. I was all over the place. And then went back to Jersey and really started studying and back and forth up here to New York, all my off Broadway classes and all of that. And then that was it. And my first role was that role in Young and the Restless.
Young and the Restless.
And that was because that was my mom's show, and she said to her, that was me making it.
That you made it when you was on, when you was on her soap opera.
And she said, you gotta get on Young and the Restless and tell Victor I said hi. And so the bittersweet moment about that for me is because my mom passed before that happened, before she got to see. And so as soon as I got on the set, I said, Victor, I just gotta tell you, my mom just loves you. And that was a really small role, and I think that's the reason why I didn't get caught up in it and staying there, because it was a small role, but it was truly one of the most meaningful ones to me to this day because of that.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's so aligned for you.
Your first scene, Morris, is a sex scene.
Right.
Now, do you ever have to tell these studios not to objectify you? Because we heard Method Man once say he always, push back against his sex symbol status. Do you ever have to tell these studios, like, look, I know I'm Morris Chestnut.
You can't be a stunt double, bro. You cannot be a stunt double. That's what you're getting
Don't
to.
objectify me.
We would know the difference.
Or do you ever feel like you're being objectified? Maybe is the better question.
I don't see it that way. It's almost like, because people sometimes they ask me, they say, do you get mad when people call you Ricky all the time, when people see me on the street? And honestly, the one thing about me is that I have never, ever forgotten where I come from, right? And when I was an actor, just starting out, trying to get an agent, just trying to get a part, just say, just please, somebody cast me. I just want to be seen. I want to be known so I can get more work. And so it just so happens that role that I was dying to get, to be able to get more work, was a role that it was a blessing that it's still relevant and people still refer to it to this very day. So now, just because people say Ricky almost every day, I'm not going to turn around and say, oh man, I hate when people call me Ricky, because I would desired it so much. So to your question about studios, I don't think they objectify me. I think that I've been in the business a long time, and the younger Morris would not have imagined that he would be here to this very single day after all these years. So I'm just blessed, and I'm very appreciative of the fact that they still want to cast me, because in our industry, no one really retires from our industry. Our industry retires us. The phone stops ringing. So as long as the phone's still ringing, I'm gonna keep picking up, and I appreciate it.
But it's one thing to be a great actor, which you are, but it's another to be considered a heartthrob, right? It's only like a kind of it's like Denzel, Morris. Who else fits in that lane, Lauren? Like historically,
Omar Epps was there.
Yeah,
not like Morris and Denzel.
Michael B. Jordan.
He was younger though. He kind of faded out. No,
Blair Underwood. Okay,
Blair Underwood. Yeah.
From Queen Sugar, dark skin Queen Sugar.
Boris Kojo.
Kofi is he's there.
Calm down, Lauren.
Where we at right now? But I think honestly, you didn't. It's y'all level of it's like maybe 2 or 3 that are the go-tos. It's mainly you though. Like you get. You do get a lot of the posts and stuff online. A lot of them comes from Charlamagne's Instagram. But.
Shut up.
I think to the answer to that question is, for me, I don't focus on it because this is the type of industry. There's going to be somebody else tomorrow. There's going to be somebody else the next day. So I just focus, honestly, I just try to focus on doing the best job I can as an actor with each job. And if that comes with it, I'm appreciative of it. If that's what people say, I'm appreciative of that. But I don't focus on that. I just have to focus on the work, because that's going to keep me here longer than being a, if people consider it sex symbol.
Now, the real Morris Chestnut was the sexiest man alive in 2015. The reason I got to say that is because sometimes he puts his face there and acts like...
I've never done that. But if you wanted to call him the sexiest man alive, that's fine. And if you want to use me to do that, that's fine. But I've never done that.
I was going to ask...
That was wild.
Y'all acting crazier than me. That was wild. Are we here? What's going on?
I was going to ask, how does your wife deal with it all? With women hollering when you're out and the comments. How does she handle it?
Well, I mean, my wife is a star in our family, for sure. I mean, she's the one that she's a star in the family, and she knows. And I'm a homebody. I'm home all the time. And honestly, the older I've gotten, she's just not even. She's not stressed by it. She's not really interested in the industry. It's like we've been together a long, long time, and so she knows what it is. I'm not going nowhere. And hopefully she's not going anywhere, but she's cool with it.
And what about your kids?
That's an interesting question. We've never really had the conversation about it. My son has made comments about it.
Does he have jokes?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have jokes. He doesn't have jokes about it.
What are the comments that he's making to you?
Well, so that's a good question. We have my son, and my son's 26 years old right now. No, 20. He just turned 27, and we just basically have a lot of father-son conversations, and my conversations are more geared toward preparing him for life and trying to get him to see the world from different perspectives.
Yes,
primarily from a business perspective, a young man who's going to be taking care of a family perspective, and he'll make comments just in terms of. When I'm trying to explain certain things to him, how things go in life, he feels sometimes he'll make a comment like, well, you haven't had to deal with such and such because such and such, you know. But, you know, and I keep having to tell him, I keep having to remind him that, you know, I slept in a room with my brother till we went to college, and we couldn't even open the door. It was so tight in the room. We had bunk beds. We put the bunk bed down. We couldn't even open the door. So I wasn't born into this, you know. And so there's a lot of discipline and hard work. So that has, and a blessing, you know, from God, but discipline and hard work that has me where I am today.
All right, we got more with Morris Chestnut and MAIT Carnaldi when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And we're still kicking it with MAIT Carnaldi and Morris Chestnut. Of course, Reasonable Doubt Season 2 is on Hulu now. Charlamagne?
What did y'all two learn from each other on set?
Oh, well, I would say I definitely learned, you know, when they asked me how I felt about Morris coming onto the show. Number one, I was just excited. I mean, it's Morris the Chestnut. You know, I mean, it's true. You know, it's just he brings a level of professionalism and ease, but yet very just approachable and kind and giving. You know what I mean? In a way that you just may not expect for someone who's been in the business for so long, for someone who knows that they have this particular status. You know what I mean? But he didn't have any of that. You know, so I definitely just appreciated and respected that. You know, about you.
And I appreciate the one thing, you know, on a set. The number one on the call sheet is the heartbeat of the set. Right. The set goes how the number one goes. If the number one's not feeling good today, the set's not going to have a good day. If the number one's not a good person, it's not a set that you want to be on. She is literally one of the best number ones that I've ever worked with. She. I mean, it's so hard because when you come to a set. You know, we have the scenes, we have our lines, and we have to worry about our character. And she knew everybody's name on the set, everybody's name. And I've been on set. I've been on set right now for 6 months. I still only know probably about 7 names out of like 100 people, and that was just so impressive to me. And it was really, she was really inspiring to me just to see how she was doing that. And she made me mad one day because I always like to be, when they call us to set, I like to be the first one there. And she beat me one time. I was like, oh, I can't have that. I cannot have her beat me to set because I got to be there. Yeah, I said I can't have that. So she's just in everything that she does, and she. With all of that, you know, she had her daughter there. She's taking care of her daughter. She has, you know, she's carrying the load on this show. She did it so gracefully, eloquently, and just an incredible actress. So I just have a huge, she's inspiring.
Now, is there somebody, you talked about number ones. Is there somebody that you say, no matter how much they pay you, without saying names, that you just won't do a movie with them because they just don't act right?
Oh, no.
The oof was maybe. The oof was maybe.
Because someone popped into my head, but I don't. That's just based off of what you hear. I don't know. You know what I mean? I can't judge someone based on that. So no, I wouldn't say that.
Morris?
Oh yeah, I have one.
He said,
I have one. He doesn't. I'm not sure if I don't think he's done anything too much lately, but it can be a really, really, really bad set. It's just not a good, it's not a free working environment to be an artist when you have everyone walking on eggshells and this person just dictates the whole mood of the set, and it just makes it so challenging, not even to just do your job, just to even be there, because we spend 12, 13 hours a day. It's like a family. You know, you spend more time on a set than you do your family. So that's probably one person.
I have a question for you. I had heard Erica Alexander talk about how when black women play strong roles on TV, it boxes them in. It's like a good thing because you're representation, but it can be a bad thing because it boxes you into this, like, you always have to have power, you always have to be tough and rough. Do you think about that when you're picking roles? I know because Jax is becoming a household name now. Like, people love the show. Do you think about that? Do you think how that will affect you? Has that been, something that you and your team have talked about?
I understand what she's saying about that, because that is, it's almost can even be a stigma even that's placed upon us as Black women. But it's not something that I think about, because there's an element of it that is true. It's there. We are strong. We've had to be strong for so long, for so many reasons. So, it's not something that I feel like I have to lead with, or something that I have to be cognizant of. Because I don't. It doesn't bother me in that way. You know what I mean? And so I think I do choose roles, not necessarily if I see a role and it says, okay, she's a strong woman or what have you. I know I'm going to put my own spin on it, and I may not feel like she's strong in the way that they think she's strong. You know what I mean? So I can make a different interpretation on it.
Gotcha.
Well, I know y'all got to go, so I got my final question. Other than when I'm around, Mars.
Oh my God.
Do you ever walk in the room and say I'm the most handsome man in here?
Oh my gosh.
No, I never
You did say that one day when we were.
He did.
No, I never said that.
And I do want to. You were in the Family Feud video, right? Jay-Z's Family Feud.
Yes.
How were you casted for that? Are you cool with the fam, or how did that happen?
Ava, because Ava directed it.
Ava DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay. I think that's how we met. We met at Ava's house. Yeah, we did.
And you didn't think it was more Chestnut when you were there?
Be honest.
Not even close.
I didn't.
You thought it was the help. He thought he was the help.
That was like, 5 years ago? 5, 6 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we were watching the movie or something, and Gail.
No, the fight.
The fight.
Mayweather, Conor McGregor night.
That's what it was. But yeah, that's how that came about. But Ava was the director. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we appreciate it. I know you guys got to run.
Yeah, but let me just say I want to say something to you guys. I really appreciate what you guys are doing for the culture. I mean, I see the guests you guys have on. I see the topics that you guys talk about. And I appreciate what you guys are doing, because especially now in our community, you talk about therapy a lot. I love that. You guys bring up current event topics, politics. And so you guys I was really excited to come back, because I've been here before, but I was really excited to come back because I appreciate what you guys are doing for the culture. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Reasonable Doubt Season 2 is out now on Hulu. Ladies and gentlemen, it's The Breakfast Club. It's Morris Chestnut and Emayati Coronaldi. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for having us. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to go.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Yes, Donkey of the Day goes to a 21-year-old woman named Juniper Bryson, and she's been charged with the sale or purchase of a child, and she is currently being held on a $30,000 bond because she tried to sell her child on Facebook. Let's go to ABC 13 Eyewitness News for the report, please.
She led us on to believe that we were chosen.
Wendy Williams and her husband were one of many families, according to court records, hopeful to be the parents of this beautiful baby boy born on September 24th. The only difference between Williams and the other families is she was in the delivery room with 21-year-old Juniper Bryson. Williams didn't know Bryson, neither did the other prospective parents. They just responded to Facebook posts asking for someone to adopt Bryson's baby. Bryson chose Williams. She believes because she was local and Bryson went into labor early. She stayed at the hospital for 3 days with Bryson and the newborn, who tested positive for drugs, according to court records. But then Williams says she started getting messages on Facebook from people saying Bryson was trying to sell the baby. After finding out what she did, Williams contacted CPS and police were called. Investigators obtained conversations with at least 7 people on social media where they say Bryson was asking for money in exchange for the baby, including this one where she says, quote, "I'd ask for a minimum of $150 up front."
That's it?
150. I got to get a discount if the baby tests positive for drugs. Okay, a little meth, a little crack, baby. I'm not paying 150. Yeah, $100. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, look, she's 21 years old, and I have a theory that after the year 2000, they really just started making any old kind of human. Okay, I think God sold the company. The company that makes humans, God sold it. Let them keep the name, the designs, but the ingredients don't hit the same. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and act like the humans I grew up with was much better, okay? I grew up in an era where some humans would have babies and then throw the babies in a dumpster. Okay, Tupac wrote a whole song about it. Brenda's got a baby, and that was based on a true story. So I'm not going to sit here and act holier than thou. But this is exactly why women should be able to have abortions if they want one. Okay, Texas has some of the strictest abortion laws in the country. Abortion is completely banned except for limited circumstances. So this 21-year-old girl has to carry the term. She reaches out to a family connection, asking if they know any families looking to adopt. Imagine looking for a plug for adoption. That's what she did. She was looking for a plug for adoption.
An adoption booster.
Exactly. And she didn't even go about the process of doing the adoption right. So she ended up putting her baby on Facebook Marketplace. You can buy furniture, home decor, rugs, and newborn babies all on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I asked Lauren LaRosa earlier if there was any newborn babies on Facebook Marketplace. I just asked you to look. I don't know. Maybe this is normal and we don't know about it.
I ain't seen none. I also checked Shein for a baby. Come get this baby. I checked Temu for baby daddy. I ain't seen none of them available.
Okay. Now, what's interesting to me about this situation is Juniper posted in a Facebook group aimed at connecting birth mothers with prospective adoptive parents. So, she indicated that she was located in Houston, but willing to travel if an arrangement could be made. This poor girl really thought that this is how this works. Okay, I just get in a Facebook group with mothers looking to be adoptive parents, and I sell this 7-pound, 4-ounce bundle of joy to the highest bidder. She was literally at the hospital waiting for the highest bidder. You had to pay extra for the placenta, but she would sell you the newborn below market rate. Now, authorities were notified after social media users raised concerns about the legitimacy of the adoption. I've never claimed to be the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, but unless something has changed drastically in the world, no adoptions happen on Facebook. You just heard Lauren say you can't go on Facebook Marketplace, okay, to buy a baby. They don't have no babies for sale. And you don't get paid for adopting a child, and it's illegal to receive payment for putting a child up for adoption. So there's nothing left to see here, folks. Please give Juniper Bryson of Houston, Texas, the biggest hee-haw. Now, just, hypothetically, if you were to buy a newborn, where would you want it from, Temu or Shein?
I'd probably go Shein.
Shein, right?
Yeah. I feel like I know more people who've ordered off of Shein, so my baby will be legit.
Yeah, and then with Temu, if they show you the picture of the baby ain't gonna look the way it looked when you get it.
Yeah, I feel like Shein, you can how you wait until you post photos of your baby to all the features and all that come in, how they be waiting. With Shein, I think they would show you all that. Like you would get the before, the after. You get to know who the dad is, all that.
Yeah, you don't want a little Temu face, baby. Little Temu face, baby.
Envy, where you ordering from? Forever?
Forever what?
21.
Where you get your wigs from? That's how I get them from.
Oh, it's from Anitra, Savage Artistry, custom unit, custom made unit.
Don't never order a baby from there. That's the moral of the story. I'm glad you shouted them all the way out. Hey, don't ever order a baby from there. Okay?
No, she don't make babies. She make beautiful units.
Jesus.
Get busy. I know that's right. The girls from Delaware get busy with their hands.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We got Jaleel White. Welcome.
It's okay.
How you feeling, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm having a good morning.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, brother. You got your new book, Growing Up Urkel, a memoir. I've always loved your story, though, because, you are the epitome of taking advantage of a moment, seize an opportunity, right? Because you were only supposed to be on one episode of Family Matters. How'd that happen?
Again, Charlamagne, I was just a black kid that wanted a Sega Genesis, dog. It really wasn't that deep. My dad told me that I could get one of anything whenever I got a job because I was resisting going on auditions at this point. I was 5'4", me was ready to play basketball. We gonna get into basketball talks at some point. And I wasn't booking jobs at age 12 too much because a lot of the stereotypical roles I just wasn't fitting it. My profile. I had, like I said, I had braces. I'm 5'4", and I saw this audition come through, and I was like, I can get this job. Like,
what was it? What did it say?
The description I included in the book was just, nerdy character. Matter of fact, I was described as a Rick Moranis type. Mm-hmm. So that just shows you what the writer's room was already doing. Mm-hmm. They're casting a black kid and asking for a Rick Moranis type. So I actually read that literally, and then I went and got the best of Saturday Night Live VHS tape that we had in our house. and I found Ed Grimley, and I basically was doing a Black Kids version of Ed Grimley.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a good impersonation, quite frankly, but because nobody thought that was my inspiration, it became mine.
Did you get the Sega Genesis? I was just always curious.
Of course,
you got the Sega Genesis. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I got that Sega
Did you want to act?
Acting was just something that I just did naturally. I've been doing this since I was 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you want to do anything that your parents got you started when you were 3? It just came naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't resist it, and I enjoyed it. Of course, you always enjoyed getting a day off of school to go someplace and yeah, exactly, and have some fun. But as I got to be around the age of 12, I didn't really want to act anymore. I wanted to play basketball. But once I got the show, then I started getting reps in at a different pace.
Right.
And now once you get reps in, you prove yourself good at something, proficient. Like I remember the exact episode where I'm like, oh, this is fun. And this audience is my toy. And the episode's called The Big Fix, where I took Laura on a date for the first time because Eddie needed to pay off a bet. And I leveled this French restaurant.
Now, before we get
I
to
remember that episode.
Yeah,
too.
that's the first episode where I'm like, I can hear the audience different. I can see it in my eyes when I watch that episode.
Before we get into that part of it, is it true that you tried out for Rudy Huxtable, that part?
Yeah, I did. That's the name. Rudy was for a boy.
Oh, wow.
It was for a boy. So there was a debate there, and he obviously won out over the network at the end, and Keisha got the role.
How close did you get?
Oh, it came down to me and her. That's it.
Wow.
They auditioned us all day. I actually never forget that audition. They always bring in like 2 or 3 options for each role, but they put us in one room for like several hours and kept pairing us and going in and out. And then at the end, they said, hey, listen, we are pressed for time, so we will take you, and the rest of you. Thank you for coming out. So you had all these crying kids just pouring out of that building that had been there all day. And I remember my mom was like, she just had a huge reaction to that. She was like, if you ever react like that to losing an audition again.
Oh, you cried. You was bawling.
Oh, we were that's a cold way to lose a job when you're 7 years old.
Did you really understand,
It's to be picked right in front, right in front. Because generally it happened, your agent will call you or your agent didn't call you.
Right.
And my mom was never the type to call the agent also and be like, did we or did we not get the job? And a lot of parents do that.
But did you really understand at 7 years old, like, oh my God, I'm losing this job. This is like what this could be. Like,
we were
you were just like a kid and it was like, no, so you cried? Like, what did you think?
No, well, we were supposed to move to New York.
Oh.
So they had already talked to my parents through our agent and everything. And my dad was trying to figure out, because he was just graduating from dental school at the time. My dad was trying to figure out how to do this from New York.
Right.
They had practically said the job is yours. And then a little girl came walking in.
Damn.
I mean, they do that kind of stuff all the time now that I'm an adult and I know that. But at the time, it was just very shocking.
So you felt
and then you become a big fan of the show, right? So you're looking at the show and it's like, oh man, that could have been me, right? You're doing that, but that passes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you end up with your own iconic role in the future, right?
I didn't even look at it that way. Seriously, I during that time, Charlamagne, I'm telling you, man, it's wild to watch fame now because everybody kind of believes like they can have a famous moment and it should come easy to them. But back then, like, if you got a chance to meet Magic Johnson, you got a chance to meet Janet Jackson in person, they were inaccessible.
Right.
They were all talented.
Yeah.
They were, there was an aura, literally. I remember the time I met Michael Jordan for the first time and he crept up behind me at the Magic Johnson Midsummer Night's Classic and it's just like, he literally had like this little glow around him, this Black Jesus glow around him. And it's different now. It really is. So you didn't think you could be that. You see what I'm saying?
Now, I don't think there is real celebrity now.
Oh, now, no, celebrity has completely been diluted.
Yeah.
It really is. I'll disagree and say there's still some people who have it. I can see it. There's certain people where they walk in and they have that natural it factor where it's like, okay, you affect the room. You know what I'm saying? Like even when Will Smith used to come in for the NBA All-Star games, when Will was in the room, it was just different.
That's just aura though.
Yeah, that's just, exactly. So, but that's traditional celebrity. This stuff now, like I said, it can feel real temporary, and it's like you ain't got the it factor, but you got the light on you.
Right. Did the cast like you? Because you went from just supposed to be in one episode to taking over the whole thing. So did they like you? There had to be some resentment a little bit. This little kid, nerdy kid coming in there,
like I
taking
said,
the show over.
it was weird at first. The kids and I, we worked it out the easiest because they had to hear a lot of things that some of their parents are even saying. And when you're a kid and you're hearing what your parents are saying, you're just going to follow suit with that. But Darius and Kelly and I, we became brothers and sisters. That's our puberty. So I just feel like the division really kind of took place more along the lines of the adults were the adults and the kids were the kids.
You would think that at some point in life, people would understand that y'all are a team. And it doesn't matter who the star of the team is if the team
wins.
is winning.
Yeah, but the magic words you say is you would think.
Yeah. But I would just say, just after all of these years, we haven't learned that. Even when you use the Shaq and Kobe example, like
that's you can't change the way people are going to think when they're coming from a place of ego. I did a lot to extend our run because the reality was
the show was about to get canceled.
I know, but
that's a fact.
I get it. You can say that. I don't need to lean in on that. But. Whether if it was keeping my hair cut the same way. I mean, it got to the point where I was sick of my own haircut or staying out of the gym, not working out. That sucked from playing basketball. And finally, in my senior year.
They made you change the pants that you were wearing.
Yeah, they made me change in the final season. It was like, no more jeans. He doesn't wear any jeans. So I was doing things that was...
I thought that was...
Well, I was going to get into it.
No.
Go ahead, Charlamagne.
I read that...
No, he about to get messy. What you...
I read it was your bulge.
He's not about to get messy.
I don't care.
Go ahead.
Lauren, don't let this man just talk over you. Don't let this man
I mean, he wants to talk about your bulge. I want him...
Well, you said pants. It wasn't coming in pants.
I was getting there. I was going to let him finish his statement. You jumped to the bulge.
Jaleel, how did I get
Go ahead. You jumped on down his pants. Go ahead, finish.
Let him work it out.
But it was because of the package. Right, Jaleel?
That's crazy.
Y'all don't get to sit here. He's a wild boy.
Crazy.
He gives it off.
He was waiting for that one.
He gives it off.
So back to the bulge.
They changed bottom line. They just said no jeans in the final season.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, they didn't tell you why?
They said no jeans in the final season.
They said the bulge, right? They did tell you that. They did tell you that. They said it was getting a little awkward to see the bulge. That's what the quote said.
Jesus. They said no jeans in the final season.
Do they come to your parents and say that, or do they come directly to you?
No, at that point, I mean, come on. I'm on set and I'm getting notes from producers and,
That was
I need to see that note.
What?
That's a funny ass note to tell somebody.
That is an uncomfortable no.
Jaleel's like, where did I walk into?
I feel like you said that in private. Like you pull my family to the side and we have a very closed discussion.
Can we talk about your son's bulge?
What? It's wild, B.
All right, we got more with Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel. When we come back, don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. We're still kicking it with Jaleel White, Steve Urkel. Now, we were talking about when you were turning into the star, right? So, at first, you didn't have a dressing room. Now, you got the biggest dressing room. So, how was that change?
I mean,
then money. I'm sure money changed.
Well, the thing about money, which was cool, is that my mom was so petrified the show would get canceled anyway that she never bought a new car for the first 4 seasons of the show.
Oh wow!
My mom was that. I think that's why I'm so passionate about the protective job that my parents did. They did so much to try to keep me attached to normal life.
Right.
They didn't get new cars themselves. My mom demanded that I went to public school. I went to public school during the entire time of that show.
At that time?
Yeah, but we didn't.
Wow.
But we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have we had cell phones, but they were big bricks at that time. But we didn't have smartphones to invade the privacy to that degree and let everybody know what school he goes to, at least on a nationwide level. So, I would pop into school like every 2 weeks to 3 weeks. And, that was something I actually enjoyed doing, kind of like a magic trick. Cause I could go in and I could take tests. I could raise my hand. I could answer questions from the teacher. And my peers are looking at me like, how do you know this stuff? It's like, I study on set too.
How was school? Did you ever get bullied because people looked at you?
Oh, yeah. No, there's a whole... There's a whole thing. It was like, the first school I was attending at the time, I was the only black kid at the entire school, which was awkward too. It was half Asian, it was half white, and now it's since taken over all Asian when I go back and pass that school. And, that's all, the usual stuff. Can I touch your hair? And, not getting invited to bar mitzvahs and all that kind of stuff. And then that all changed as soon as I got on the show. Hey, you want to go to a Laker game with me? And, my mom wants your agent number. She's thinking about putting me in the business. And now I'm suddenly so popular. So I left that school and then I went to what I like to call the Joe Clark school, the lean on me light. In that case, I stood out a little too much. And it also raised my hand too much. And I had a teacher that liked me, and I liked Miss Lassiter too. And, at schools like that, they don't like those kind of relationships. So ran into problems there, and then my mom found the school that was the porch that was just warm enough for me, in Three Bears story analogy. And that was South Pasadena High School, and they kind of had to sprinkle everybody. It was Asian, it was Mexican, it was black, it was wonderful. And I had a great principal named Ben Ramirez, may he rest in peace. who just, kind of went out of his way to make sure that I was always welcome on campus.
So, because even in your book, you talk about having your dressing room kind of like set up like an NBA locker room.
My dressing room was cool.
You really wanted to go to the NBA? Like, that was like
I don't
really...
think it was about going to the NBA. I was a huge... listen, if you grew up in the 90s, the NBA just was different.
Man.
It landed on your life.
Man.
It was everything.
Got you.
So once I started gaining some influence, you could do certain things, and the set decorator for our show transformed the second room in my dressing room into an actual NBA locker room. So I had all the different lockers.
That's dope.
And that's where I would change and get ready for the show.
Wow.
You know what I wondered too? Did the cast members on Family Matters, was it a level of hate and jealousy and envious?
Envious.
Envious.
Yeah, it was like
envy.
You know what I meant?
This is your chance to get him. You jump on him now.
Or in hindsight, were you really difficult to work with?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Because
Reginald Vell Johnson said that.
Okay, so let me make it easy for you then. How come you never heard that from the kids? Kelly speaks. Darius is everywhere. Darius is everywhere. How come you never heard that from the kids?
Yeah.
When you leave a show, first of all, the difference between movie stardom and TV stardom is when you're a movie star, you're still a star, even if you don't have a movie out. When you're a TV star, unless you're on TV, you're not a star. And that's just the way the business treats you. So I think people go through a lot of personal trauma sometimes after a show has gone off the air. Divorces, investments maybe didn't go right, et cetera, and it causes people to look back on things with kind of a jaded look. And it was like, man, we had fun. We did. Even the pictures I picked out for the book, I wanted to show pictures of us chilling. I wanted to show me, Reggie, and Darius, chilling in Paris when we shot 2 episodes in Paris. We're the only black show to ever shoot in Europe. That was a big deal. We had this, I'll never forget, we had this giant $12,000 meal at the top of the Eiffel Tower as a cast.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. My mom took that bill and handed it to production because she had the clout to do that. But Joe Marie's there, Reggie's there. Well, we was balling at the top. But again, you balling. So, it's almost kind of like when you hear Scottie Pippen talking about the Bulls now. It's like, Scottie, you can't say nothing nice about the Bulls. You was rock stars, dog. You and Mike didn't kick it at all? Right. Are you sure that's how you remember it?
Have you recently talked to any of the cast? Because I know Joe Marie Payton, she had come out and said that you guys had a little... whatever that situation was.
They don't want to fight each other.
Yeah, can you first of all clarify that story, because that's just a wild...
No, there's nothing to clarify. I'm talking about a coworker of over 30 years ago, and I was a minor. You don't think if there was any validity to that, they wouldn't have come out?
I'm like,
sooner?
How? So no, 100% nothing happened.
1,000%. No, but I'm not getting it back and forth. I'm sorry, I'm just doing too good.
I get what you're
getting
saying.
it back and forth, with a woman who's over 70, and I've been kind of mentally ingrained to not fight with my elders. All right, if that's the way you saw it, cool. It is what it is.
Well, she recently said on the stage, I think I forget where they were at, but the cast was there and you weren't there, and she said that she wished that you were there, and if you were there, she would hug you, and she kind of that whole thing. So have y'all talked, or is
why does what she have to say hold so much more validity than what my other cast members have to say? I'm just curious.
I think that the age thing does play a factor.
70-year-old black woman.
What you said, you know what I mean? I think that definitely plays a factor as well. But I think she's one of the first people that allege the bad stuff that I saw come out and be like, man, we should just hug it out. It made me wonder, have y'all talked? What changed?
So the people that I talk to regularly is Kelly and Darius. And again, I don't call them Laura and Eddie. So I called Kelly about this book, and we spoke extensively, and Kelly called me 2 weeks ago. But it's weird for us, by the way, also when we go out and eat or anything like that, we like little back rooms and stuff
freak out.
Exactly. If people saw me and Kelly just at Crustaceans in Beverly Hills, it tends to turn into a big, hey, can I get a selfie fest?
Right.
So,
damn, Urkel won. You really got
it. So, we keep it private, but I have a very good relationship with all the cast members who've ever wanted a relationship with me beyond the show. And I don't have anything negative to say about Reggie. When people ask me, who was your favorite scene partner? I'm like, the chemistry I had with Reginald Vell Johnson, I remember the episode where it clicked for us. It's called Boxcar Blues, where we were stuck in a train together with all these cows, and Steve is just getting on his nerves. And, Reggie just couldn't look at me without breaking up, without breaking character. And we developed this amazing chemistry. But adults are adults, and they're going through adult things too. And also, I'm a kid, so you know what? I'll tell you one way maybe I could have been annoying. I dribble my basketball everywhere. If I was in school, it's Jaleel, we need you on set. Boom, 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 basketball. Well, adults get annoyed when a kid is just dribbling and bouncing the ball all over the place. Is that difficult?
How old are you then?
I'm talking about 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would feel like adults would have a little bit more grace.
I'm approaching it from a very self-aware, standpoint.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, and I remember Joyce Webb, one of our script supervisors, be like, oh, here he comes with the basketball. And it's like, okay, I'm like, but if that translates 25 years later to being difficult, I'll take it.
All right, we got more with Jaleel White when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. We're still kicking it with Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel. Now, let's talk about your first kiss. Let's talk about your first kiss, because nowadays, everybody would be getting arrested nowadays if that was it. So,
no, it wouldn't, because he's a guy.
Oh.
They don't do that to guys.
Exactly.
So break down your first kiss.
Exactly.
13 years old, on set.
He's ahead of me on this one. No, we had a scene, man, where Steve and Eddie get hot at the dice table, and they're rolling the dice, and this woman is supposed to give me a kiss, just plant one on me before my last dice roll. And during rehearsals all week, she had just pretty much given me a peck.
It was just a peck.
Yeah, because you just go through the motions, but with that hot live studio audience there, man, she gave me the whole shebang. And so when I pull back,
and this was your first time kissing.
I had never kissed a girl before.
I was about to say, how did you know what to do?
No, I didn't. I wasn't. First of all, I wasn't even planning for that. I know you're supposed to put your lips together, but I didn't know that anything else was really supposed to happen to that degree. I wasn't seasoned.
Gotcha.
I was, so she does it, and my thinking at the time was, do not break character. Mm-hmm. Do not ruin a good take. That's what you're just kind of taught as a comedic actor and as a kid. Mm-hmm. And so when I went to my dressing room, I just kind of involuntarily, tears started coming down my face, because I was just like, that was weird. And then my dad corners me, and he's like, what's wrong? Executive producer comes back, like, what's wrong? And I was just like, she put her tongue in my mouth. Like, I'm
surprised your mother didn't whoop her ass.
It's so funny. Everybody says that, but it was like my father was present and was dealing with the issue, so there was no reason to inject. And once it was revealed what happened, they all started laughing.
Let's start the Men Too movement. My dad's laughing.
What is her name? My dad's laughing. No, do not find this woman. Do not troll this woman at all. No, I'm serious, because it's like, that's one of the things that I'm very protective of, is we have to embrace what double standards were, leave them in the past, but it's okay. Like, I can laugh at it. I'm saying, like, from the time that it happened to my dad and the executive producer coming in, to me walking back out on stage to do now the next scenes, even the crew, high five. She put it on you, young fella. You hung in there. You did your thing. And it was like, it was very clear to me, all of the signals that I was getting was, that might have been yucky the way it went down, but apparently I'm going to get a lot more of that. So my machismo says, yeah, okay, all right, go with the flow.
Well, what about the trauma you went through? Because it was immediately after that scene, they told you that you can't wear pants anymore.
Oh, you know what? See? I see how you're doing it. I see how you'll be here all week. Tip your waitresses on the way out, ladies and gentlemen.
I know in the book you talk about the meeting that you had with the exec about the remake or the spinoff.
The reboot.
The reboot. Mm-hmm. Your version that you wanted to happen, in my opinion, was way better. I don't know if you want to say it, you want people to read the book, but was way better than what they had pitched to you.
Thank you.
Will we ever get that? And could you do that on your own?
Listen, first of all, you can't do it on your own. That's the thing about television that people have to respect. It's the only art form, I feel, that still has gatekeeping still very much in place. And you can either be bitter about it, or you can fight the good fight and look for the person that's going to be your champion. That's just, it is what it is. I was never offered a reboot. I always want to make that very clear. And even my vision for the show that I have, it's not about me. It's about three-dimensional characters that would actually resonate and translate in 2024. Because I worked for the producers who coined the phrase, jump the shark. Fonzie jumped the shark. He jumped over a shark, right? Yeah. Those are my producers, the exact same producers. So you're not going to invite me to jump the shark again. I was offered a blind contract and half my pay of what I got for the last episode. And there was no consideration given to the adults that actually have such a large opinion over what terms they would return to. I'm like, the way they were being discussed was, well, Harriet and Carl will come by and they'll visit the new family every now and then. Hollywood doesn't really, they engage talent when they need talent. Mm-hmm. They pay talent when they need talent. And this isn't even a black thing. I don't want this to turn into a black thing. I'll hear guys like Chris Pine or whatever who's, he's like, I don't know what they're going to do next with Star Trek. Like, I love playing the character, but when they call me, they call me. So I'd love the opportunity to make the show that I envisioned, that was never turned down. It was never pitched. I was just offered a blind contract, and around that, they were going to develop the reboot.
Now, you never, I was watching the interview you did, and you said you never got invited to none of the Hollywood parties.
Nah. I mean, I went to a lot of nice parties, but none of the, like, the stuff that started gaining a lot of steam on social media, like, you know, the Rock Nation brunch, or obviously, y'all know you talking about my man, you know, the Diddy parties or whatever. Like, nothing. Organically, nah.
Did you laugh?
Somebody said Reginald Bell Johnson used to get invited.
Stop it. You gotta calm down. You gotta.
The Carl Winslow and Diddy rumors.
You gotta calm down. You just.
You ever seen him around?
We're gonna slow it down for a second. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can just be driving too fast and you're not paying attention to the you know.
That's true.
To the speed limits. To the speed, exactly. We're in the 35 zone right now.
What happened to Judy, man? How Judy just walked upstairs?
I mean, I talked about it in the book.
I know.
There were a multitude of factors that went into her departure from the show that I blame all on her mother. But as a performer, they weren't giving her storylines. She wasn't the best at delivering a joke. You know, sometimes they would give her material and it would just fall flat. And if you fall flat in run-throughs, they're going to rewrite you. And, you know, we're kids back then. So, you know, kids... That's the thing. You can't roast each other nowadays, at least not in public. But trust me, kids are still roasting each other. That's never going to go away.
Right.
So, you know, we'd be sitting in the background and be like, and she blows the layup. You know, it was like, you know, and it's just like, you know, you can only mess up so much and be arrogant about it in the fur coat and a Mercedes too before somebody says, enough of this. You know, and in this situation, I really felt like, you know, Jamie was born to a mother who put herself before her daughter, and she had ideas of grandeur that weren't necessarily very realistic. And it sucks for Jamie that she has to wear that scarlet letter for the rest of her life. And I hope that Jamie finds peace outside of show business, to be quite honest. You know, this show business can start to make you think that this is the only way to make money. This is the only way to live. Like, if it didn't, I talk about that with Jonathan Brandis, because he passed away and he took his life. And I was very close to him at that particular time. And I saw signs of someone that was really putting too much emphasis on what this business meant to his existence on earth.
I don't have time for one more.
Jump in.
Myra, Michelle Thomas.
Yes.
Every time
be careful now, that's my girl.
I know. I was going to say, every time you talk about her, it's very emotional for you, and I feel that that's your girl, right?
Yeah.
Or was. I want to know, off camera, when you guys developed your relationship that we then saw on camera, because it was so believable. What was that off camera relationship like, and like building that for the characters on camera? Like, how did you guys? Because you were so young.
Yeah, just, you know, Michelle started off playing Malcolm Jamal Warner's girlfriend on the Cosby Show, so she was always older than me. So even though she was so small and bubbly and, you know, big, but I looked at her like a little sister. I'm like a big sister.
Yeah.
We just had this amazing chemistry. My mama loved her too, so that made things easy. And she just made it her business to always want to hook me up with somebody. And she introduced me to Martha's Vineyard, you know, spending summers there. And we just had an amazing chemistry. She was just down. Like, everybody knew Michelle. Everybody knew Michelle in the music business. Just everywhere we went, people loved Michelle.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she passed away to stomach cancer. And that was just a very emotional time, because we just knew what she was going through as an actress.
Yeah.
So during the time when she went out, I wish that there had been some better opportunities for her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we want people to buy the book Growing Up Urkel, but you know, it is interesting to see how much of the love y'all created off camera.
Yeah, no, it was real love, man. Like, you know, I get it. Yes, it was bumpy in the beginning, especially with the adults and the parents of some of the kids, but that's my puberty. You know, Darius is out here wilding at times. You know, he and I slide each other's DMs. But that's my brother. I mean, we've all had, you know, brothers or whatever, frat brothers or college friends that, you know, bugging out or whatnot. But you don't abandon that cat. You still taking his call, and y'all just laugh it off. And that's what my relationship is with Kelly and Darius. It's very brotherly and sisterly. And, you know, I'll always defend our entire cast, actually, for the work that we did.
That's what it is. Well, Jaleel White, ladies and gentlemen, Growing Up Urkel is out right now. Make sure you pick it up.
Growing
Up
Breakfast Club out now.
Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, leave us on a positive note.
The positive note is simply this, man. Remind yourself that winning an argument or proving your point really gets you nowhere in the long run. Win through your actions, not your words. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?